Okay, so I'm Greg Northey from Pulse Canada, and I'm the Director of Industry Relations.
Great. So today you were at the APAS meeting and you gave a presentation. Can you give us some of the highlights of your presentation?
Yeah, so I was basically just outlining the Pulse Canada project that's in place that came through Growing Forward 2. And so we brought a lot of industry partners involved, so wheat, canola, different agriculture organizations, as well as the Western Grain Elevator Association and other trade associations. And as a coalition, we're really looking at issues around transportation to collect evidence of railways' non-performance. We really see it as important to move beyond sort of the anecdotal failures of railways and really provide strong evidence of their lack of performance compared to when compared to the demand of our industries. So let's just outline the various projects that we have, measuring the performance of the railways, whether they're meeting demand of the shippers, reports based on the lost earnings due to railways non-performance, and issues around commercial solutions to the issues that the industry faces, where we can actually extract better performance out of the railways in a commercial way.
Is there anything that people should be aware of as development or keep their eyes open?
Yeah, so the Transport Canada announced in June that they're going to be doing a review of the Canada Transportation Act. It's going to take 18 months, and that's really a key milestone for that act and for our industry. The government has said that they really want to take a really in-depth approach to this and really look at it as a long-term solution, to really look at what we need to do for transportation to ensure that it's meeting the demands of our international partners as well as domestic needs. So that review is going to be a very important issue moving forward, and we're really hoping to use some of this evidence that we've collected and as well and the industry partners that we have to really provide some really in-depth insight for Transport Canada to give them what they need to how to reform that act to make sure we don't have issues that we had, for instance, like this last winter with transportation.
As a person out there, what do they need to know and what should they be doing?
Well, they need to really understand what's happening along the whole supply chain. They have to understand the commercial arrangements that need to be put in place for shippers, but they also need to understand what they can do to improve the process. And I mean that in legislative and within regulations. And so when these issues come up, whether the review or these regulations that came in or Bill C-30, need to be really cognizant of it and work with their organizations, work with their agricultural organizations to ensure that if they aren't seeing the performance that they need from their supply chain, that they really work through their organizations and make sure that the messages that those organizations have are coming through, and that those coalitions are building between the ag organizations. The more united front we have amongst the whole agriculture sector, the better. So producers, they just need to, if they have an issue, if they have evidence, they have anecdotal evidence, they need to just work with their organization, make sure those things are brought up, and so that we can have clear, concise asks for government.
Great, thanks.